that answer, that last one, that physically attractive, is emblematic of who took the survey.
Right.
Because if older women took the survey, then they lived long enough to understand that good looks fade.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they don't, and they know that that's not going to last.
So anyway, this is an awesome topic, and to the point where we're talking about it twice, right? From a different perspective, but still, are you fit for marriage? And we're gonna this time we did it a little different.
Sure.
We have a survey for the men, but we got a tremendous amount of response from the men.
Yeah.
And then we also had a survey open to the women.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
And so, which we got a pretty handsome response on that as well.
Yeah.
And so, definitely going to be talking about those stats. We're going to open up actually talking about those stats and those responses and what that looked like.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pass it over to you, Pastor John, to kind of recap our stats that we put out or our survey that we did last time.
Sure. Well, the survey that we did last time was for the women, by the women, about the women. And we got, I think, 40 or 45 responses to that one. At that particular survey, the question was, are you fit for marriage? What makes what makes a woman marriage material?
Right.
And the answer that got the overwhelming positive response was submissive, respectful, family-oriented, and industrious. 95% of the women who took the survey said that was what made a woman marriage material. So, but we also received with that a request from the women that the next time we do a survey like that we would in fact isolate each individual trait or characteristic so that they could just say, I want this first, this second, this third. Okay. So when we did the survey for what makes a man marriage material, we added a new element to it that allows the women to say what they believe makes a man marriage material.
Gotcha.
And so we listed 10 things, and we can talk about those 10 things that make a man marriage material and see how the women voted. But then we also asked the men to perform a survey as well.
Right.
One question survey, similar to how we did the women. What do the men think makes a man marriage material? Right. That one we got an amazing response on. 103 men responded to that one, which was awesome. Yeah. And in that response, what we found a little slight 2/3, 1/3 discussion being had about the men as to what makes marriage material. So the options were this. The first option was the 666 guy, 6 feet, 6 pack, 6 figures, to see how that would go. That one didn't get, but I think 3 or 4 votes.
4 votes.
4 votes. Great. The next highest one was the sacrificial, financially stable, patient, and a responsible guy. He was number 2 by the men's selection at what,
34%.
34%.
35 votes.
Right. So the guy that got the overwhelming majority of votes from men as to what makes a man marriage material was the leadership, the stability, loving, and emotionally in touch.
Wow.
This is what men believe make a man marriage material, which is very interesting.
Very interesting.
Especially when we compare it to what the women said
Right.
make a man marriage material.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So if we go over to that survey, where we talk about what the women did, the number 1 vote getter for women was a man that loves God. The second thing that they said he needs to be is faithful. 3rd is integrity. 4th is financially stable. 5th is communicative. He needs to be able to communicate. 6th was leadership. Let's pause for a second right there.
Yeah.
Because leadership was very high on the men's list as to what it takes to be a husband.
Exactly.
But it was middle of the road on the women's list as to what it takes to be a husband.
Right.
That's powerful.
Right, and so as you guys have observed, that there's a bit of a dichotomy that's there that needs to be kind of balanced and ferreted out. What does that mean when a man says, I need to lead the home, and the woman says, we
don't really need your leadership.
right.
You know, and that speaks to it right there.
Yeah.
The only way a woman would say that that leadership doesn't need to be that high on for you is if it's going to be high for me.
Exactly.
Right.
And now we're going to have conflict.
Right.
Because I'm trying to lead and you're trying to lead.
Right.
So who's doing the following?
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. Great stats. And as we go down the list, emotionally in touch was ranked after that. I'm sorry, patient was ranked after leadership, and then emotionally in touch was ranked farther down the list than that.
Number 8.
Then, number 8, and then sacrificial, number 9, and 10, physically attractive.
Number 10.
So the new generation is going to have a bunch of ugly men and women.
Well, you know what that means as well. That's funny. That's funny. But you know what that means as well. That answer, that last one, that physically attractive, is emblematic of who took the survey.
Right.
Because if older women took the survey, then they live long enough to understand that good looks fade.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they know that that's not going to last.
Right.
So they don't put all their eggs in the he's fine attractive.
Exactly.
You know, he's fine basket.
Right.
They put more of their eggs in the does he love God?
Right.
You know,
Right.
is he going to be faithful? Is he going? You know, those pretty guys cheat. So is he going to be faithful?
Not all of us. Not all of us.
Oh my God.
Hey guys, it's Pastor John here. Please, if you like this video that you just saw, hit that like button for us. Second thing I want to ask you to do is to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. We're putting out videos once a day at about 5:30 p.m. Hit that bell notification so that you'll know when a new video has been uploaded. And then the final thing to do, share this video, share this information. If you know somebody that has a need that it can be benefited by it, please put it out in circulation so that we can try to help as many people as possible. Thanks, and God bless.